Having autonomy over our bodies is a fundamental privilege that many of us take for granted. It's a privilege to be able to decide where we physically reside and have the capacity to act on it. In 2016, over a quarter of Americans reported having some type of disability, with mobility limitations being the most commonly reported type, and over 11 million mobility aid users in the US alone. Most aids currently on the market are designed for flat, uniform environments, which precludes about 97% of the total land area in the US, and the beauty of places like this, and even like this. Specialized all-terrain devices do exist in the market, but they're impractical for common people to use. Some all-terrain chairs cost tens of thousands of dollars, and others require so much physical strength and ability that they're not accessible to a lot of people who need them. Many are also run on internal combustion engines, which you can't even use indoors. One device was actually banned in the UK for it being classified as an actual tank. Current canes are often unstable and overly dependent on a user's physical ability. Without sufficient strength and stabilizing capability, they can prove ineffective or even dangerous. In fact, over 47,000 cane or walker-induced injuries occur in older adults each year. My startup Natureverse innovates safe and reliable mobility aids inspired by the biomechanics of animal locomotion. We've designed, prototyped, and experimentally validated our all-terrain cane, which, as compared to a standard cane, has a greater region of stability and reduces shock for a more comfortable user experience. As compared to competitors, our chair chassis is designed to conform to the terrain, maintaining a low, stable center of mass with vertical suspension for added comfort. We've spoken with 42 potential customers and stakeholders, finding that cost is a huge barrier to people both acquiring and maintaining aids in general. So, our plan is to primarily market our devices to shared access points, camps, group homes, trailheads, etc. We also want to establish supplies that can be rented out to organizations for events, such as outdoor concerts or an apple orchard for the season. This will allow for more practical access to devices, but only when and where they're needed. Our current team consists of myself, my research advisor, Dr. Henry Astley, who's an expert in biomechanics, bioinspired design, and engineering, and Wenli Wu, a dedicated pre-med research assistant. We also have unmatched support from my wonderful advisory committee, which includes Dr. Gavin Svensson, who's a curator at the Cleveland Museum of Natural History, Dr. Vic Cheyenne, who's an engineer and honestly a visionary up at NASA Glenn, Dr. Amanda Boer, who's an expert in disability studies, English, and ethics, and Dr. Peter Navarowski, who's actually the head of the biomimicry department here at Akron. We're also in contact with a local patent attorney, Mr. Dominic Frisina, who's provided us with a letter of engagement so we can begin running our patent searches once we can raise enough funding. We've been receiving mentorship from the Excel Center, UARF, iCore Sites, and SCORE over the past 4 years, which we're incredibly grateful for. We've also connected with a nonprofit distributor and Park Systems to discuss future opportunities to test and distribute our devices. Realistically, acute disability may impact most people at some point in their lives. Although unfortunate, this also means that the market is reliable. The US leads the wheelchair manufacturing industry with a growing $15 billion revenue, and with almost 2 million new users per year and increased human longevity, these numbers are projected to continue growing. Ultimately, we want to help let people choose where they want to be and be able to confidently act on it. As humans, we have endless potential to drive positive change within ourselves and in our communities, and physically getting where we need to go should never be a factor holding people back. Thankfully, we have an opportunity here to do something about it and finally help make access to our physical and natural world more equitable. Thank you very much.